The Stoics, originating from ancient Greece and founded by Zeno of Citium, believed that life was a complex tangle full of obstacles. They taught us the importance of maintaining proper conduct in the face of these challenges. At the height of its influence, this philosophical current affected both the politics and morality of the time. Today, Stoicism is undergoing an impressive revival, becoming one of the most current and significant philosophies. Its principles for achieving happiness are adopted by a diverse range of people. The key is understanding that every situation, no matter how difficult, is part of a larger and broader cosmic order. Did you know that to be wise and prosperous, it is necessary to mentalize and repeat this until it becomes a will that will attract more and more prosperity? So, comment like this: I am prosperous and resilient. Comment this way, and I will be leaving a little heart on your comment, which proves that you will truly be a wise, emotionally balanced, and very prosperous person. Now that you've commented, let's continue. Stoics like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius guide us on this journey. They show us how rejection can help us find our true potential and achieve lasting inner peace. Let's discover together how to live in harmony with the reason that governs the universe, and thus seek a full and meaningful life. One of the fundamental pillars of Stoicism is the idea that, although we cannot influence external events, we have the power to shape our attitude and approach towards them. In this perspective lies the true essence of freedom, the power to choose how we face and assimilate what presents itself before us. This philosophy transcends eras, resonating powerfully in the present. Its mark even extends to the cognitive behavioral current of contemporary psychology, evidencing its enduring influence on the understanding and improvement of the human condition. The principles of Stoicism, rooted in their fundamental belief in universal interconnection, postulate a lifestyle in harmony with reason, serenely embracing the vicissitudes of fate. This philosophy not only advocates living according to reason, but also accepting with equanimity what fate holds in its pursuit of eudaimonia, or human flourishing. Stoicism preaches the eradication of harmful emotions like fear and hatred, in favor of cultivating constructive emotions like love and joy. Similarly, it advocates maintaining serenity in the face of life's upheavals, renouncing desires and fears in a condition called ataraxia. Thus, it is argued that true happiness is forged from within each individual. Among the notable figures who embraced this philosophical creed are Crispus, Epictetus, and the eminent Emperor Marcus Aurelius, whose masterpiece, Meditations, left an indelible mark on history. 2,000 years later, the resilience of this perspective on life resurfaces with renewed strength. Perhaps this resurgence is largely due to our environment saturated with elements beyond our control. In a world where uncertainty and unpredictability intertwine, the call of Stoicism presents itself as a response to the urgent need to embrace what we can truly control, our actions and our thoughts. In this return to Stoic lessons, we find a beacon of lucidity amidst the modern maelstrom, offering us a path to cultivate virtue, tranquility, and inner fulfillment. Many principles of Stoicism continue to be useful in our world, responding to the eternal quest for meaning and contributing to bringing coherence to any aspect of life. For this reason, this philosophy increasingly counts on followers, and many of the principles outlined by the founders of Stoicism remain relevant today. Here are some of them. Always keep in mind that you will reach the end of your days. Life in its essence is a finite path, a journey that unfolds within a limited time. Therefore, it is imperative to embrace the present moment with fervor and awareness. Do not postpone what you can experience and enjoy in the here and now. Each instant has intrinsic value, and your task is to give it the space it deserves in your existence. This principle leads us to deeply appreciate what we already have around us. The people who share our vital journey deserve special consideration, just like the most delicate flowers. Friendships and family relationships need to be watered and carefully tended. They are like precious treasures that enrich our journey and deserve to be fully valued. In this path of appreciation and connection, the voice that comes from our lips acquires even greater meaning. Speaking calmly, thoughtfully, and attentively reflects a deep respect for others and for ourselves. Each word becomes a vehicle of communication capable of conveying affection, wisdom, and understanding. Acknowledge your mistakes and failures with humility. Every step on your path is subject to the possibility of error, and in that acknowledgement lies true strength. Identifying your areas of opportunity and growth is an act of courage that paves the way for constant progress. Mistakes should not weigh on your spirit. Instead, true relevance lies in your ability to correct and transform. Rectification stands as a cornerstone on this path of personal evolution. It is not simply about correcting, but seeking solutions with tenacity and conviction. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to nourish the fertile soil of continuous growth. Each time you embrace the inherent teaching in your mistakes, you reap invaluable learning that enriches your vision and insight. The path of growth implies a constant dialogue with your imperfections, a dialogue nourished by humility and the will to overcome. Each mistake, far from being an insurmountable obstacle, becomes an ascending step towards excellence. This understanding transforms your steps into a continuous process of transformation, where stumbles are opportunities and challenges are catalysts for your evolution. Recognize our intrinsic equality in the vastness of human experience. The differences that distinguish us become tenuous in the face of the invisible threads that connect us. Our hearts beat in unison, shared feelings and emotions, revealing an essential unity that transcends external appearances. In this understanding arises the call to practice empathy as an act of mutual healing and enrichment. Empathy, as a reflection of our interconnectedness, invites us to see through the eyes of others and feel from their perspective. This act of deep understanding not only nurtures our relationships, but also weaves a web of compassion that embraces all humanity. This conscious practice of identification and openness reveals the true wealth that arises from the union of our individual experiences. In this path towards empathy, it is crucial to maintain a dual focus. On one hand, cultivate strict discipline with yourself. Through this self-mastery, shape your own character and aspire to your highest version. On the other hand, tolerance towards others becomes a torch that illuminates the path of harmony and understanding. The ability to welcome differences with benevolence and openness enhances your being and fosters enriching coexistence. Recognize the relativity of good and evil. In the web woven by fate, experiences are not inherently positive or negative. True transcendence lies in the perspective with which we interpret and face them. In this realm of perceptions, perspective stands out as the guide that shapes our relationship with the world. Every unfolding event is a page in the book of life, awaiting interpretation. The importance does not lie in the event itself, but in our ability to attribute meaning to it. Reality is colored by the lenses we apply, transforming what happens into a constantly evolving canvas. Perspective, like an adjustable lens, leads us to perceive that what occurs in the fabric of existence is, ultimately, convenient. Wisdom lies in understanding that every situation holds a purpose, a lesson, or an opportunity for reflection. Through the filter of reason, we investigate what actions we can take, how we can grow, and how we can adapt. In this dance between what we control and what escapes our domain, acceptance without resistance emerges as a powerful resource. We recognize that not everything is within our reach, and in the humility of this understanding, we find liberation. We are not puppets on a stage, but conscious participants in the symphony of life. Free yourself from suffering about what has not yet happened. In the vast landscape of possibilities, anchoring oneself in suffering for events that have not yet occurred is like sowing in the soil of uncertainty. In this theater of probabilities, the mind can weave stories of anguish and torment before they materialize. The ability not to anticipate the future is an art that involves mastering living in the present. Any destiny may be possible, but burdening the present with the weight of the future only exhausts the spirit and drains vital energy. True wisdom lies in embracing the now with all its fullness, without allowing the shadows of tomorrow to obscure the light of the present. The practice of mindfulness is a powerful tool in this process. By focusing our mind on the current moment, we cultivate a conscious presence that allows us to experience life in its entirety. Each breath, each sensation, Each interaction becomes an opportunity to be truly present and to appreciate the richness of the moment. This practice not only reduces anxiety about the future, but also increases our ability to respond more balancedly and consciously to arising challenges. Moreover, it is essential to develop a mindset of acceptance, accepting that the future is uncertain and that we do not have control over all aspects of life frees us from the burden of constant worry. This does not mean resignation, but a deep understanding that life is a continuous flow of events that unfold in often unpredictable ways. By accepting this reality, we can focus on doing our best in the present, trusting that we are prepared to deal with whatever comes. The practice of gratitude also plays a crucial role in this process. By cultivating a sense of gratitude for what we have now, we shift our focus from future worries to present blessings. Gratitude roots us in the present and helps us recognize the abundance that already exists in our lives, creating a more positive and resilient state of mind. Principle: cultivate the art of journaling your thoughts, following the wise counsel of the Stoics. Setting aside a moment of your day to reflect in writing is a valuable practice. This habit not only nurtures your relationship with yourself, but also becomes a beacon of self-awareness and self-improvement. The blank page rises as a mirror of your mind, a space where thoughts take shape and substance. By dedicating these moments of introspection, you gift yourself the opportunity to observe the actions and decisions that marked your day. Like a traveler revisiting their footprints, it allows for the reevaluation of the paths taken and the choices that led to those paths. This writing process becomes a ritual of self-control, where the pen becomes the judge and ally. In this mirror of words, the truth reflects with clarity and without filters. The reflections recorded become bridges to authenticity, allowing the lights and shadows of your being to merge into a complete portrait. This sixth principle invites us to embrace the journal as an intimate companion. Through its pages, we discover the depth of our thoughts, identify patterns in our actions, and forge a bond with the most authentic part of ourselves. Thus, the simple act of writing transforms into a powerful tool to nurture our self-awareness and care for our inner growth. Principle 7. Embrace contact with nature. In the bustling symphony of modern life, finding time to breathe fresh air and engage with nature becomes a breeze. Walking the Earth's trails reveals a space of serenity that connects us with our deepest essence. Nature, as an oasis of calm, offers us the opportunity to escape the hustle and slow down the rapid pace of our thoughts. In every falling leaf and every bird's song, we find an invitation to contemplation and introspection. These outdoor moments become sacred refuges where we can connect with our inner being. The act of connecting with nature transcends mere aesthetic appreciation. It is a silent dialogue that allows the mind to quiet and find a space of peace. Here, in the embrace of nature, we are free to release the weight of worries and connect with the present in its purest form. Principle 8. Forge with diligence and effectiveness in the workshop of life. Constant and humble work emerges as what shapes our evolution each day. By embracing the task with commitment, we choose a pillar of improvement that rises to great heights. This path of slow and continuous construction, far from the hesitations of procrastination, guides us towards excellence. Work, in essence, is the alchemist that transforms effort into achievement and dreams into reality. Each step taken, each action performed, is a brick in the edifice of our being. Patience becomes the architect that plans, and perseverance, the worker that meticulously executes each task. In this path of effectiveness, time becomes a travel companion. Each day invested in our labors is a coin in the piggy bank of our growth. Slow and steady construction shapes a work that transcends ephemerality and stands solid on the ground of personal fulfillment. Principle 9. Embrace simplicity. Amid the array of desires and longings, recognizing that we need very little is the starting point for true fullness. In a world where excess often blurs the line between the necessary and the superfluous, questioning our choices becomes a liberating act. Each word that comes from our lips, each action we undertake, is like a precious coin of time and energy. By questioning whether we do and say more than the essential, we cultivate a garden of awareness where deliberate decisions and meaningful words bloom. Simplicity emerges as the canvas where we paint with precise and conscious strokes. In this process of discernment, clearing the path of unnecessary things grants us a treasure: time. Time, once lost in the tumult of the trivial, transforms into a tool we use to cultivate what truly matters. Tranquility is the river that flows through this liberated space, nurturing serenity and allowing us to savor the essence of life. Principle 10. Embrace your path on the carpet of life. Every twist and turn reveals a new chapter of our destiny. Accepting that things do not always unfold according to our will is the threshold of true understanding. What may seem like a deviation from our plans is, in reality, an opportunity for growth and transformation. Each experience, even those initially painted in dark tones, is a master disguised under the appearance of adversity and challenge. Under each twist of the path, the possibility emerges to shape our perception and choose our response. Negativity, in essence, does not reside in external events, but in the gaze we project upon them. In the alchemy of attitude, we discover that we have the power to transform what seemed dark into an opportunity for light and evolution. Changing our perspective grants us control over each experience, endowing it with depth and meaning, even the most difficult challenges. Have you ever wondered why discussions frequently become endless? Have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotions during moments of conflict? If so, let me tell you that you are not alone. Science has shown that the stress and tensions associated with conflicts can negatively affect our mental and emotional health. Recent research indicates that proper conflict management not only improves our interpersonal relationships, but can also reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, in our bodies. In other words, resolving conflicts effectively provides us with emotional tranquility and benefits our physical health. And this is where the 7 historical principles come into play. Throughout the centuries, these teachings have stood the test of time, providing a reliable guide to navigate the turbulent waters of personal conflicts. From ancient emperors to modern philosophers, many have embraced these principles as a path to inner serenity and outer success. So, what makes these principles special? Beyond ancient wisdom, these concepts are supported by modern psychology. The practice of acceptance, emotional control, and empathy has been scientifically proven for its ability to improve our emotional intelligence and our ability to communicate effectively in tense situations. Neuroscience even supports the idea that emotional self-mastery can strengthen neural connections in key regions of our brain, thereby improving our decision-making and problem-solving skills. So, are you excited to uncover the secrets behind these principles? Are you ready to enter a world where ancient wisdom merges with modern research to provide an unbeatable strategy? I know I am excited. So, without further ado, let's dive into this exciting journey of self-discovery, learning, and conflict conquest. Get ready to transform the way you face challenges and always win in any situation life presents to you. Principle 1. Acceptance of reality. We begin our journey by exploring the powerful and transformative first Stoic principle, the acceptance of reality. Have you ever felt that resisting the inevitable only amplifies your frustration? It is a feeling shared by many, but the Stoics offer us a different perspective. Instead of fighting against circumstances, they urge us to confront reality with open eyes and a serene heart. This philosophy is supported by modern psychology, which highlights how resistance to reality can lead to higher levels of stress and emotional discomfort. Acceptance is not the same as giving up, but rather freeing ourselves from the emotional burden that hinders clear decisions. By recognizing the situation as it is, we release valuable mental energy that we can direct towards finding effective solutions. Indeed, studies have shown that the practice of acceptance is associated with greater resilience and stress adaptation. Principle 2. Distinction between the controllable and the uncontrollable. Have you ever felt trapped in a whirlwind of worries and anxiety over things beyond your control? The Stoics guide us to a powerful truth. While we cannot control everything that happens around us, we can control our response to it. This principle is not just philosophical advice, but is supported by cognitive science. Studies have shown that focusing on what we can control reduces stress levels, and increases our well-being. The Stoics encourage us to channel our energy toward actions within our reach, rather than waste it on fruitless concerns about things beyond our sphere of influence. Imagine a personal conflict where circumstances seem to slip out of your hands. Instead of letting helplessness consume you, remember this historical principle. Ask yourself which aspects of this situation you can control and how you can direct your actions towards constructive solutions. Principle 3. Emotional self-mastery. Have you ever found yourself reacting impulsively during a conflict, allowing emotions to dictate your actions? The Stoics reveal the importance of mastering our emotions, turning them into allies instead of enemies. This principle goes beyond philosophy and finds support in neuroscience, showing how emotional self-mastery can strengthen neural connections in key areas of the brain, improving our ability to make rational decisions amid turmoil. Additionally, studies have shown that properly managing emotions reduces stress and improves our personal relationships. In a conflict where intense emotions threaten to cloud your judgment, instead of being carried away by anger or fear, practice emotional self-mastery, allowing your actions to be guided by reason and calm. Remember this Stoic principle. Ask yourself how you can recognize and regulate your emotions in the situation and what actions you can take to respond effectively rather than impulsively. Emotional self-mastery does not imply suppressing our emotions, but understanding them and channeling them productively. By doing so, we not only avoid regrets, but also improve our communication and decision-making skills. Principle 4. Empathy and understanding. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see a conflict through the other person's eyes? The Stoics guide us along the path of empathy, a powerful tool for resolving conflicts effectively. Empathy allows us to understand others' perspectives and motivations, opening doors to more effective communication and building solid relationships. Studies show that practicing empathy reduces hostility and promotes collaboration in conflict situations. Instead of engaging in an ego battle, ask yourself how it would be to see the conflict from the other person's point of view. How can you communicate your position in a way that demonstrates understanding of their feelings and concerns? Empathy does not mean giving up your own opinions, but broadening your perspective to find mutually beneficial solutions. By practicing genuine understanding, you create an environment conducive to mutual understanding and respect. Continue exploring our next step, the principle of focusing on what is important. Discover how this philosophy will lead you to the top in conflict resolution. Principle 5. Focusing on what is important. Have you ever gotten lost in insignificant details during a conflict, losing sight of the bigger picture? The Stoics reveal how maintaining a long-term perspective can transform the way we approach challenges. This principle intertwines with decision-making psychology. Focusing on what truly matters helps us avoid the trap of irrelevant details, which enhances our effectiveness in problem-solving. Studies have shown that setting clear priorities and maintaining an overall vision increases efficiency and satisfaction in decision-making. Imagine being in a conflict where minute details seem to dominate the discussion. Instead of spending time and energy on superficial debates, ask yourself, what is the fundamental goal you want to achieve in the situation? How can you direct your efforts towards what truly matters for both parties? Focusing on what is important helps us stay true to our values and goals, avoiding unnecessary distractions. This way, we approach conflicts effectively and move towards solutions that align with our long-term objectives. Principle 6. Transforming obstacles into opportunities. Have you ever wished that challenges could become stepping stones for your growth instead of insurmountable obstacles? The Stoics invite us to see every conflict as an opportunity to evolve and surpass ourselves. This principle is not just a philosophical notion, but has a basis in the psychology of personal growth. Studies have shown that facing and overcoming adversities can increase our self-confidence and our ability to deal with stress. By adopting the mindset of viewing obstacles as learning opportunities, we can transform even the most challenging moments into steps toward success. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by an apparently insurmountable conflict, ask yourself how you can see this conflict as an opportunity to grow and improve. What can you learn from this situation that will help you face future challenges with more skill? Principle 7. Choosing inner peace. We come to the conclusion of our infallible strategy with the powerful principle of choosing inner peace. Have you ever felt that true victory is not about winning an argument, but maintaining harmony within yourself and your relationships? The Stoics take us to a deeper level of success by prioritizing inner peace over selfish pride. Studies have shown that healthy relationships and inner peace are intrinsically linked to greater happiness and quality of life. By choosing peace instead of the need to win at all costs, we cultivate a solid foundation for lasting and meaningful relationships. Ask yourself what is more important to you at this moment: winning the argument or maintaining peace and integrity in the relationship? How can you communicate your opinions in a respectful and considerate manner? Choosing inner peace does not mean surrendering, but rather embodying wisdom and authenticity. By opting for peace instead of selfish victory, you create space for mutual understanding and collaboration. Thus, we conclude our journey through the 7 Stoic principles to resolve personal conflicts and triumph in all areas of the vast stage of our lives. We have all experienced that moment when the curtain seems to fall and the final scene fades into the shadows. It is the instant when our desires seem to crumble, our illusions shatter into 1,000 pieces, and the world plunges into a deafening silence as if existence itself pauses. However, allow me to share an insightful reflection from Albert. When you feel like everything is over, remember that this is just the beginning. Welcome to another video on the Stoic channel. Rejection, that thorny path we have all walked at some point, is an experience that quickens our heartbeat, diverts our gaze to the ground, and makes our faces flush with heat. It can be an emotional whirlwind, like that day when Maria, with her heart in her hands, confessed her feelings to Juan, only to receive an unexpected response. "I don't feel the same," he said. At that moment, Maria's world collapsed like a house of cards in a gale. That's why it happens. How is it possible that a single word has the power to sink us into an abyss of doubts and desolation? The answer lies in the essence of the human condition. Since time immemorial, we have sought acceptance and connection with our peers. We are social beings by nature, and in ancient times, acceptance by a group could mean the difference between survival and ostracism. Although we live in a modern era, this search for acceptance and the fear of rejection remain intrinsic parts of our existence. However, on this journey we undertake together, we will discover an entirely new perspective. Imagine for a moment living in a reality where rejection does not define your worth, where your self-esteem is not subject to external approval. It is a perspective where rejection is conceived not as a curse, but as a blessing. It may seem counterintuitive, but to understand this, we must first delve into the depths of the fascinating world of Stoicism and discover how this ancient philosophy can transform our relationship with rejection. In the following minutes, we will embark on a journey through time and thought, exploring the wisdom of the Stoics and how we can apply it in our daily lives. I invite you to follow closely, as you will discover why rejection, far from being a scourge, can become a true blessing on your path to self-knowledge and growth. Join us on this journey. In this stage of our journey, we delve into the fascinating world of rejection. Who has never felt their heart race, their gaze drop to the ground, and their face flush when the response we hoped for does not come as we wished? Let us remember the story of Maria, a young woman who, on a summer afternoon, decided to open her heart and confess her feelings to Juan. However, the response she received was not what she expected. "I don't feel the same," he said. Maria's world crumbled in an instant, and she sank into a sea of questions. Why am I not enough? What did I do wrong? The rejection had left a deep mark on her soul. The Stoics, those wise philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome, offer us a unique perspective on this painful feeling. They asserted that people are not disturbed by events themselves, but by the opinions they have about these events. In other words, it is not the rejection that hurts, but how we interpret it and what we can do with this understanding. How can we transform the way we see rejection? This is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. Before diving into how Stoicism can change our perception of rejection, it is essential to understand the fundamentals of this philosophy. Imagine traveling back in time to ancient Greece, a world full of heroes and philosophers. It was here, around 300 BC in Athens, that Stoicism was born under the teachings of Zeno of Citium. His philosophical school was named Stoa Poikile, meaning painted porch, the place where Zeno used to teach. Stoicism is not a philosophy that seeks to change the external world, but rather how we react to this world. It invites us to accept life as it is, recognizing that many things are beyond our control, but we always have the power to control how we react to them. Within the vast universe of Stoicism, we find emblematic figures like Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, and one of the most influential thinkers in history. What does his legacy teach us? In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius shared his most intimate thoughts on life and death, on how to live according to virtue and not be shaken by external circumstances. His reflections are a treasure of Stoic wisdom, a guide to navigating existence with equanimity and courage. One of Marcus Aurelius's famous quotes invites us to reflect deeply. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. At this moment, this fundamental idea in Stoicism reveals that our power lies in our perception and response to events, including rejection. Another pillar of Stoicism is Seneca, advisor to Emperor Nero and a philosopher who offers us a profound understanding of human nature through his letters and essays. Seneca emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature and accepting both adversities and joys with equanimity. His words echo through time, reminding us that rejection, though painful at the moment, is a natural part of life. It challenges us to see it not as a failure, but as an opportunity to grow and strengthen. Cecilia wrote the proof of gold. Adversity is the test to which strong individuals submit. Epictetus, another Stoic master, left us a powerful teaching. It is not the external events that disturb us, but our opinions about them. This statement challenges the belief that rejection is inherently painful. Instead, it invites us to explore how we interpret rejection and how our beliefs influence our reaction to it. If we could see a scene from above, like spectators in a play, we would see just one person saying no to another. However, in the mind of the rejected person, this no transforms into a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. Changing our interpretation of rejection is the first step to transforming it from a frightening monster into a gentle teacher. How can we do this? We will explore these ideas in the next parts. Let's start by delving deeply into the concept of rejection. When rejection hits our lives, we often see it as an insurmountable obstacle, a denial of our hopes and desires. It can feel like a cold wind penetrating to the bones, leaving us with a sense of emptiness and a wound in the heart. However, here lies the key. Rejection is not simply an obstacle or a verdict on our worth. From a historical standpoint, rejection presents itself as a challenge, an opportunity to grow, learn, and strengthen. Imagine rejection as a blacksmith forging a sword in a fiery forge. Each time we face rejection and choose to learn from it instead of crumbling, our character becomes stronger and more resilient. One of the foundations of Stoicism is the radical acceptance of reality as it is. This implies accepting that sometimes we have no control over others' responses or decisions. By accepting this reality, we release a significant emotional burden. This can be a powerful action. Instead of lamenting rejection, practice gratitude for the lessons each experience of rejection brings. See rejection as an opportunity for self-assessment and improvement. When you experience rejection, consider having an honest and constructive conversation with the person or entity that issued it. It is not about seeking validation or changing their decision, but understanding better their motivations and perspectives. This can provide clarity and sometimes open new opportunities. Emotional resilience is the ability to face adversities with strength and adaptability. It can be cultivated through the constant practice of Stoicism, which teaches us to accept what we cannot change. Our perception of events. In this way, rejection ceases to be a heavy burden and becomes an opportunity for growth and inner strengthening. Practice emotional management techniques like meditation, deep breathing, and regular physical exercise to strengthen your resilience. The stronger your emotional system, the more capable you will be of facing rejection without breaking. Sharing your experiences of rejection and how you overcame it can be inspiring, both for you and others, whether through writing, speaking, or social media. Sharing your learnings can help consolidate your own lessons and provide support to those going through similar situations. Now that we have deeply explored Stoic philosophy and how it can help us change our perception of rejection, it is time to present 9 practical strategies that you can implement in your life to face rejection with strength and wisdom. Strategy 1. Reframe how you perceive rejection. Instead of seeing it as a judgment on your worth, consider it an opportunity to learn and grow. Every no can be a door leading you down another path. Strategy 2. Practice indifference. Stoic indifference involves not being swayed by your emotions in the face of rejection. Learn to recognize your emotions, but do not let them dominate you. Imagine yourself as a strong tree standing firm against the emotional storm. Strategy 3. Radical acceptance. Accept that rejection is a natural part of life, and that sometimes you have no control over others' decisions. By accepting this reality, you will release a significant emotional burden and be able to face rejection with equanimity. Strategy 4. Gratitude for the lessons. Practice gratitude for the lessons that rejection provides. Instead of lamenting, be thankful for the opportunity to learn and improve. Every experience of rejection can be seen as a hidden gift. Strategy 5. Constructive communication. When facing rejection, consider having an honest and constructive conversation with the person or entity involved. This can provide greater understanding of their perspectives and motivations, often resulting in a more positive resolution. Strategy 6. Deep self-analysis. After an episode of rejection, conduct a reflective analysis, not to blame yourself, but to understand your underlying emotions and beliefs. This will help you grow and adjust your perspective. Strategy 7. Positive visualization. Practice visualizing situations where you face rejection calmly and constructively. Imagine how you maintain your serenity and take advantage of the experience to grow and learn. This technique will mentally prepare you for future challenges. Strategy 8. Share your experiences. Sharing your experiences of rejection and how you overcame them can be inspiring both for you and others. Your story can offer support to those going through similar situations and consolidate your own lessons. Strategy 9. Face your fears. Gradually challenge your fears of rejection by exposing yourself to situations where you might be rejected. The more you expose yourself to these situations, the more comfortable you will feel dealing with rejection in general. These strategies will not only help you face rejection more effectively, but also allow you to transform each experience of rejection into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Stoic wisdom will guide you towards a path where rejection ceases to be an obstacle and becomes a stepping stone to success and self-transcendence. Rejection, that word that evokes such intense emotions in all of us, is a universal experience that we all face at some point in life. It can manifest in various ways, such as a no to a job application, a breakup in a romantic relationship, or a disregarded idea in a creative project. Rejection hurts and often makes us feel vulnerable, misunderstood, and in some cases, even question our own worth. Rejection has an extraordinary power over our emotions and perceptions. Why can a simple word have such an impact on us? The answer lies in our human nature. Since ancestral times, belonging to a group and acceptance by others were essential for survival. Being rejected by the tribe could mean the difference between life and death. Although we live in a modern era, the need to be accepted and valued by others is still ingrained in our psychology. If instead of seeing rejection as a judgment on our worth, we saw it as a simple response, a different perspective, or even as an opportunity for self-learning and growth, as Seneca suggested in his letters, we could change the way we deal with it. Rejection ceases to be a barrier and becomes a challenge, an invitation to question our own judgments, strengthen our resilience, and find a deeper purpose in our lives. So, what have we learned so far? That rejection, far from being a terrifying monster, can be a gentle teacher, always willing to teach and make us stronger and wiser. Rejection is an opportunity for growth, a lesson in the school of life. In the words of the ancient sages, it is not the events that disturb us, but our perceptions of them. As Albert Einstein said, success after rejection. The life of Albert Einstein is an extraordinary example of how initial rejection can lead to remarkable success. Before becoming one of the most renowned scientists, he faced a series of notable challenges and rejections. Einstein, born in Germany in 1879, had an unconventional childhood and showed insatiable curiosity from an early age. However, his way of thinking did not align with the traditional educational system, leading to misunderstandings with his teachers. As Einstein advanced in his education, he faced difficulties in school, and his challenging and resistant attitude made him not stand out as a student. Despite his undeniable intelligence, his teachers did not consider him promising. Einstein graduated from the Zurich Polytechnic in 1900, but finding a job as a teacher or researcher was not easy. His applications for academic positions were repeatedly rejected. He did not have a conventional academic background and did not fit the traditional molds of the scientific world. However, rejection did not diminish Einstein's passion for theoretical physics. During this period of struggle, he continued to work on his own research, developing ideas that would change the course of modern physics. In 1905, Einstein's Annus Mirabilis, he published 4 papers that would revolutionize physics. One of them, on the electrodynamics of moving bodies, introduced the theory of special relativity. This theory proposed radical concepts such as the equivalence between mass and energy and the relativity of time and space. Despite his innovative contributions, the scientific community did not welcome him with open arms. The theory of relativity faced initial resistance and skepticism. However, Einstein did not give up. He continued to develop and refine his theory. Finally, in 1915, astronomical observations confirmed Einstein's general theory of relativity, further expanding his initial theory. This discovery catapulted Einstein to international fame and earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. The story of Albert Einstein is a testament to how perseverance and confidence in one's ideas led him from initial rejection and adversity to the status of an icon in science. His life demonstrates that rejection should not define our potential, but can be a catalyst for growth and success if we are willing to stay focused on our goals and believe in our abilities. Einstein teaches us that the path to success can be filled with challenges, but can also lead to revolutionary discoveries that change the world. If this video was useful and inspiring to you, we invite you to share it with those who can benefit from these lessons. Together, we can learn to embrace rejection and harness its transformative power. Remember, rejection is not the end. It is the beginning of a new adventure. This video will change your perspective on life, inspired by the teachings of the famous philosopher Epictetus. In our exploration of the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we will delve into 10 key principles that will help you face life's challenges with calm and clarity. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Stoic philosophy. In this exciting video, we will delve into the fascinating world of Epictetus and his Stoic philosophy. Get ready to discover how the teachings of this ancient sage can change the way we see and face life today. Who is Epictetus, and what is Stoicism? Epictetus was a Stoic philosopher born in ancient Greece in the 1st century AD. Although he lived over 2,000 years ago, his teachings are still surprisingly relevant in modern times. Stoicism, the philosophy he practiced and taught, focuses on the cultivation of virtue, self-discipline, and emotional calm amidst life's vicissitudes. The importance of Epictetus's teachings lies in their ability to help us face the ups and downs of life with serenity and mental clarity. This is exactly what Epictetus's teachings provide us, in a world where we often feel overwhelmed by daily stress, worries, and anxieties. The lessons of Epictetus offer us powerful tools to maintain inner calm and find deeper meaning in our experiences. Why are Epictetus's teachings still relevant? Although we live in a very different society from ancient Rome, the basic human struggles remain the same. Fear, insecurity, the search for happiness and meaning are common aspects of the human experience. Epictetus offers us a unique perspective on how to approach these challenges with integrity and wisdom. How will we learn? In this video, we will explore the key concepts of Stoicism according to Epictetus. We will learn to distinguish between what we can and cannot control, understand the importance of our perspectives and beliefs, and embrace the idea of living in the present. Each of these principles will help us improve our mental state and find more satisfaction in our daily lives. Distinguishing between what you can and cannot control. Today, we will focus on one of the fundamental pillars of Stoicism, the art of distinguishing between what we can control and what is beyond our control. This lesson, inspired by the teachings of Epictetus, will guide us towards a more tranquil and resilient life, helping us to channel our energies wisely. Key concepts: controllable and uncontrollable. Imagine having a magical switch that allows you to control some aspects of your life and not others. Well, in a way, we all have this button, but we don't always use it effectively. Epictetus encourages us to understand that there are things we can directly control and things we cannot. You can control your mind and actions. You have full control over your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. How you react to situations, your attitude, and how you choose to interpret what happens in your life are entirely under your control. This is your sphere of influence, and it's here that Epictetus calls us to focus. What you cannot control are results and circumstances. Here's the twist: you cannot control what is outside of you. The outcomes of your efforts, the actions of others, and external circumstances are examples of things that are beyond your direct control. Obsessing over these factors will only lead to frustration and anxiety. Why is this important? By absorbing this difference, we gain an important emotional release. When we accept that we cannot control everything, we free ourselves from the stress of facing the inevitable. Instead, we can focus on how we choose to react and deal with whatever happens to us. Applying Epictetus's wisdom to everyday life. Redirect your attention when you are worried about something beyond your control. Focus on how you can react positively to the situation. Accept with serenity. Learn to accept situations you cannot change. This does not mean resignation, but accepting reality and finding a way out. Cultivate serenity by recognizing and accepting the degree of control you have. You will be able to remain calm in the face of adversity. The importance of opinions and beliefs. Let's delve into a fundamental theme of philosophy, inspired by the teachings of Epictetus. The importance of our opinions and beliefs in how we experience the world. Get ready for a journey of self-discovery and transformation. The power of perspectives and beliefs. Imagine you are wearing glasses with colored lenses. These glasses represent your opinions and beliefs, filtering how you perceive and react to everything around you. Epictetus challenges us to question these lenses and understand how they affect our emotions and actions, as our opinions shape our reality. Our opinions are like the script we create to interpret the world. If you have a negative view of a situation, that situation becomes a source of stress and anxiety. If you change that perspective, you will change how you experience the situation. Belief testing process. Epictetus invites us to subject our beliefs to constant examination. Are these beliefs true? Are they useful? If a belief harms or limits us, we have the power to change it. This requires self-awareness and courage to confront our own internal narratives. Freedom through belief transformation. Imagine what your life would be like if you could free yourself from limiting beliefs. Epictetus challenges us to do just that, replacing our negative beliefs with more realistic and enriching ones, expanding our inner freedom and our ability to face challenges. Applying the principle of opinions and beliefs to everyday life. Conduct continuous self-assessment. Take time to question your beliefs and opinions. Are they necessarily correct? Do they help you grow? Reframe your perspectives. Try to see situations from different angles, which can drastically change how you experience them. Train flexibility. Practice mental adaptability, being willing to change your mind when reality demands it. Detachment, a key principle of Stoicism that often causes confusion, is detachment, inspired by the teachings of Epictetus. This concept will guide us through the paradox of approaching things with lightness and inner freedom. Get ready to discover how to let go of what you have while appreciating what truly matters. The dilemma of attachment. Attachment can be an emotional trap. When we are overly attached to things, whether possessions, relationships, or outcomes, we become vulnerable. When these things change or disappear, Epictetus challenges us to free ourselves from this cycle of pain through the art of conscious attachment. Stoicism does not preach total indifference or renunciation, but rather conscious attachment. This means valuing and appreciating what you have without losing sight of the ephemeral nature of things. Recognize that even if you have possessions, relationships, and circumstances at this moment, you should be prepared to let go when the time comes. Liberated through Stoic detachment, we can experience profound inner freedom. We do not depend emotionally on external things, making us less susceptible to the ups and downs of life. This does not mean we do not value what we have, but we do not allow our happiness to depend solely on it. Applying the principle of detachment to everyday life, evaluate your attachments. Think about things or situations to which you are strongly attached. Ask yourself if this attachment is causing your suffering or limiting your growth. Practice mental detachment. Imagine what your life would be like if those things disappeared. This will help you mentally prepare for changes. Cultivate gratitude. Appreciate what you have without taking it for granted, allowing you to fully enjoy the present without fearing the future. Facing fear and adversity. Let's discuss the theme of Stoicism that will help you face your fears and adversities with courage and resilience, inspired by the teachings of Epictetus. We will discover how to transform fear into a source of strength and adversity into an opportunity for growth. The transformative power of fear. Fear is a natural emotion, but can also be limiting. The Stoics teach us that instead of avoiding it, we can transform fear into a tool for practicing self-discipline. By facing what scares us, we develop courage and become emotionally stronger. Adversity is an opportunity. Adversity is inevitable in life. Instead of resisting or lamenting it, the Stoics challenge us to see it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Adversity tests us and shows us what we are made of. Facing it with a Stoic mindset allows us to develop resilience and take it far. Applying the Stoic philosophy to fear and adversity, face your fears. Identify what scares you and face it gradually. With each small step, you will become stronger. Change your perspective on adversity. Instead of seeing it as an insurmountable obstacle, see it as a challenge that will help you grow and develop. Train self-discipline. Learn to adapt and remain steadfast in the face of difficulties. Practicing gratitude and acceptance. Let's delve into a deep and rewarding topic of Stoicism, the practice of gratitude and acceptance. Inspired by the teachings of Epictetus, we will explore how these virtues can change how we see the world and improve the quality of our lives. The transformative power of gratitude. Gratitude is a spiritual treasure. We often focus on what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do. The Stoics teach us that gratitude allows us to shift our perspective and focus on the positive, creating a more peaceful and balanced state of mind. Liberation through acceptance. Acceptance is not resignation. It is a conscious act of accepting reality as it is. Epictetus challenges us to free ourselves from the struggle against the inevitable and find peace amid circumstances. Accepting the things we cannot change allows us to channel our energy into what we can impact. Applying the principles of gratitude and acceptance to everyday life. Practice daily gratitude. Take a moment each day to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for, big or small. Focusing on the positive. Focus on the present, appreciate the present moment, and find beauty in small things. Accept with calm when you face difficult circumstances. Remember that there are things beyond your control. Accept the situation with calm and focus on what you can control to live in the present moment. Let's delve into an essential topic of Stoicism, living in the present moment. Inspired by the wise words of Epictetus, we will learn how to cultivate mindfulness. and fully enjoy the present moment for a richer and more meaningful life. The power of the present. Our minds often wander between the past and the future, losing the preciousness of the present. The Stoics invite us to focus our attention on the present moment, where we find authenticity and serenity. Living automatically is easy, sticking to routine and constant multitasking, losing sight of the magic of each moment. Epictetus challenges us to break this cycle and rediscover the magic of each moment, no matter how small. Applying the principle of living in the present moment, eliminate mental distortions. Observe your thoughts and feelings without judging them, allowing you to be present and aware of what is really happening. Simplify your focus. Concentrate completely on one task or experience at a time, eliminating distractions and observing how they disappear. Enjoy the small details. Find joy in simple things like the taste of food, the breeze on your skin, and the smile of a friend. In summary, the teachings of Epictetus and the Stoic principles provide valuable tools for facing life's challenges with serenity and mental clarity. From distinguishing between what we can and cannot control to practicing gratitude, acceptance, and living in the present moment. Each of these principles guides us towards living an authentic and fulfilling life. Stoicism is full of teachings like these that are applicable to our daily lives. Therefore, I encourage you to continue learning about this philosophy. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you find value in this content, make sure to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Here are 2 videos of Stoic wisdom that you will surely enjoy. Until next time.